Ohayou gozaimasu, what's going on? It's Ario, Femi Smiles, and today we're going to talk about cats. Shinobi! Shinobi! He ain't coming. So if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. Make sure to click subscribe. So I've lived in Japan for 6 years. First I was living here by myself. Then afterwards, when I moved to Kyoto, I moved here with my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now. We got a cat, so we lived with a cat for 4 years, and we still live with him. And then had my son, and he's been around for 3 years too. So there's 4 of us now. Having a cat, it might seem like, you know, just get a cat and that's it. But there are a few things that I think you should be aware of when you're having a cat, specifically in Japan. There's no real order, so without further ado, number 1. So make sure that you are allowed pets in your house or apartment. In the UK, you can just have a cat. You can just get a cat, you don't need permission, usually, unless the landlord says no pets. But usually it's okay to have a pet, a cat, dog, crocodile, whatever you want. But in Japan, the rules are quite, you know, they're quite strict. So you need to make sure that pets are allowed in your apartment, and not just pets, specifically cats. Some allow certain pets, some might allow hamsters, won't allow cats, some might allow cats, not allow dogs, might only allow small dogs. So the apartment we're living in now, they won't allow big dogs. Alright. The reason I say this is a point is that if you get a cat and you think you can just, you know, hide it, you probably can, but if you get caught, they're gonna kick you out, probably fine you, or kick your cat out, and none of those things are good. So it's best if you specifically find an apartment that allows the kind of pet that you want. Okay, so that's point number 1. I'm also going to make a point that I have a friends that they had a cat and they weren't allowed a cat and they got caught. So what they did is they said they were borrowing, looking after the cat for a couple of days. So when the landlord came to inspect, the cat was gone for a couple of days and they brought the cat back. But I don't advise that you do that. 2. Yeah, you need to be aware that your cat is gonna up in your house, mess some stuff up. Obviously, that's probably why a lot of landlords don't want cats in, but your cat's gonna scratch. I know, yes, you need to get, you know, scratching boards and cardboard and all those things, and they're gonna scratch up your sofa. But man, these Japanese sliding doors get messed up. Our sliding doors are finished, and our previous apartment, our cat would scratch up the door. It was a big, heavy, sliding old door and messed it up. Luckily we had insurance, but yeah, be prepared for your cat to mess some, and you'll have to pay for that when you leave. Okay, so that's point number 2, be aware of that. 3, yeah, when you get a cat, consider rescuing a cat. So instead of going to the pet store to buy a cat, there are many stray cats in Japan, many in Kyoto. One thing I have to say about this is that I didn't actually rescue a cat. We bought our cat from the pet store. So we did go to a rescue shelter and we went to get a cat. And we went there and there were a few cats there. And we were like, okay, we want to adopt a cat. And they were like, there are no cats to adopt. I was like, but there are cats here. And they were being long. We couldn't adopt a cat, so we were waiting around. No news, nothing. So one day we went to Aeon Mall. There's a pet store in there. We saw a cat. That cat is now our cat. But the thing is, he was like cheap. And I say cheap in Japanese standards because cats and dogs are expensive. Really expensive. So he was 15,000 yen. 150,000 yen. Yeah, get real, get straight. I think because he was a little older, and he wasn't even old, like maybe 2 months old. And because he had a crooked tail, he was cheap. And I was like, what's going on, man? American short hair, his name is Shinobi. He's 4 years old. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, so that's our cat. I'm being like a hypocrite, but if you're trying to rescue, if you can. I should have just waited up, because actually after we got Shinobi, a couple weeks later they said, oh, we've got a cat for you. I was like, wait. Anyway, but I don't regret getting Shinobi because he's a lovely cat. So it's one of those things. Alright, cool. But still consider rescuing a cat. Point 4. Guessing you're a foreigner living in Japan or considering living in Japan. And if you have a cat, I'm sure you probably want to go back to your home country for a holiday, or you want to travel around Japan for a few days, Japan. And you have to consider what you're going to do when your cat is home alone. So you have cat hotels, which I don't recommend, because we put our cat in a cat hotel the first time. Cats just in a cage for the whole time you're away. So we're in the UK for like 10 days and the cat was in a cage for 10 days. I didn't know that was the deal. So we decided never to put him in a cat hotel again, but instead we've hired a guy. He's a professional cat sitter. He'll come in to your house every day for an hour and play with your cat and feed your cat. And people think, oh, maybe he just comes in, throws some food and leaves. But no, he sends a report, he sends pictures, he goes deep into your cat's psychology. So he plays with the cat's not lonely, and I think that's a much better deal. It's about the same price too, but you know that your cat's got free roam of the house, they feel comfortable at home. The cat probably enjoyed spending more time with the cat sitter than they do with you because they go all in, okay? So make sure you play with your cat too when you're about. Alright, make sure, man. You have to, cats have feelings too, you know, and they need to be played with and have attention, especially when you have kids. Don't neglect your cats. So that was point 4. You get it? Point 5, you may not live here forever. But for example, cats, you know, live, you know, 14 to 20 years or so. Dogs 10 years, 10, 15 years. So if you're leaving Japan in 5 years or 3 years and you bought a dog, what are you gonna do? Or a cat. We're talking about cats now, yeah? You're just gonna leave your cat here. Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah, just leave them. Can't stand people that do that. Like, you know, it's a part of your family. So you need to think about what you're gonna do when you leave. So I have some good friends. They lived here and they adopted a cat. They did it the right way. They adopted a cat called Kuma, which means bear. They had the cat in their apartment, which they shouldn't have. They were being bad people. The previous story was about them. Yeah, I'm baiting you out. They moved and they took the cat with them, which is great. So you need to go through a lot of procedures and stuff like that, but I think it's pretty simple. Just go through a lot of paperwork and then you can get your cat hopefully back to your home country. But you do that, your research. I don't know where you're from. You're from the UK, I see. It's not too bad. We have friends too, the Palmers. I'm name dropping today, man. They had a dog and they brought the dog from the States to Japan and then they took the dog back to the States. So they're being responsible and not just leaving, you know, just leaving your cat. Oh, I can't have my cat, so I throw it away. A lot of people do that with turtles. There's like turtles here that people get turtles and then just pass them along. Those are 5 things that I thought were quite important. I'm sure there are hundreds and thousands of things that you could think of. If you have any questions about cats in Japan, let me know. Obviously there's all sorts of things like insurance and that stuff. Yeah, I have a cat. Well, the irony is I really love dogs, man. I'm a dog man. I love my cat. Don't get me wrong. Like, he can be a both person, but I really want a dog. So if this YouTube thing takes off, then I'm getting myself a dog. I can't get a dog and just leave him here or her here. It's probably going to be a her. And just go out gallivanting all day. I want to be able to hang out. And there are loads of beautiful mountains and stuff. So hey, anyway, what do you have? Do you have cats? Do you have dogs? Do you like cats? Do you like dogs? You want to have a cat in Japan? You want a cat where you're at? A cat where you at? You can make many rhymes with cats. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Shinobi, you left me. My cat left me. It's a big chance. So this is Shinobi. Say what's up. You ain't gonna say nothing. So yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, write a comment, tell us what you think about cats. It's American short hair. Also, yeah, subscribe. I don't know if I'm pointing here and it's here or it's here, but it's going to be somewhere. Subscribe and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.